This is Watcher 2 to Cipher 9. Verify that you're receiving and prepare for takeoff. We've located the Eagle.
Watcher 2, you're fantastic.
I certainly am. And you're going to love this. We knew the Eagle had abandoned his old base, but until you neutralized that last cell, we didn't know the details. Now we do. The Eagle is on Hutter. Get there as soon as you can.
It all comes back to the beginning.
For you, at least. I have to go now, Cipher, but I'll brief you on site. Watcher 2 out. Signal received. Transmission secure. All right, Cipher. Looks like this is the real thing. Ready to invade the Eagle's nest?
You'd better believe it.
The Eagle and his men are holed up in an old refinery beneath the river. Sending coordinates now. You'll lead the forward assault, but military reinforcements will surround the base and follow you in. Primary objective is to capture or eliminate the Eagle himself.
Acknowledged and understood.
Your secondary objective is the Eradicators. The terrorists have begun launching their biomechanical weapons over Imperial worlds. Once the devices are ready, the terrorists can fire on cities and military bases from orbit.
Why haven't the devices been activated already?
It could be the Eradicators aren't fully mature. It could be their activation is more complicated than expected. When you're in that base, don't let anyone escape. Don't let the Eagle murder again. Watcher 2 out.
Sir, we're cut off. Thurston and Gerald tried to get out, but the Imperials are all over the swamps.
They would be. Damnation. I promised Gerald she'd die with the detonator in one hand and a glass of brandy in the other. Seems she's made a liar of me.
I'm sorry, sir.
Don't be. You were everything I could have hoped for. Now carve us a path out. I'll follow soon. All right, I see you. The least I could do was send the boy off with hope. But have you seen the strength of the revolution? Cells on Nar Shaddaa, Tholet and Molvar, Alderaan, Balmorra. It's an inspiration, no matter how it ends.
Are you the Eagle?
The eagle is a symbol. I'm just a man. Tell me something. How much of my story has the Empire uncovered? What have your methods found?
We found out all about your little orbital weapons. Your Eradicators.
Look behind me. That is an Eradicator. Technology developed on Droman Cass and Balmorra. They can be grown anywhere. 6 dozen are already in place. They'll wait to receive orders, at first, but eventually without commands, they'll run rampant, fire blindly at cities from orbit.
Why would they do that?
Consider it a safeguard. Uncontrolled, the Eradicators won't hit our targets, but chaos and death still send a message. Now we're done. May whoever survives see a glorious future for the Empire. Oh, damnation. Even surrounded, even seeing you, I didn't think it would happen like this. But as I said, it makes no difference. The Eradicators will run rampant, the Empire will burn, and you have been betrayed.
Who's betrayed me?
My patron, the one who showed me how to unite the cells, proposed the Eradicators, is one of your own people. A traitor in your empire has been helping us all along. Your civilization is so corrupt that it's destroying itself.
Give me a name.
If I had one, I might. But I never learned the truth. Goodbye now. Watch me burn.
Detonator, get back!
Area is clear. Sir, are you all right?
Cipher 9, it's Watcher 3. Are you hurt? That was a nasty explosion.
Where were you a few minutes ago?
Sorry, once the attack started, we had to hold the perimeter and close slowly. Keeper sent me to assist with information retrieval, slicing the Eagle's computers. I'll also check out that device there. I think it's an eradicator.
Move fast. The eradicators may still be a threat.
Yes, sir. Cypher, I've got some preliminary findings. It's not good news. I overheard what the Eagle said. Looks like he was telling the truth. If no one gives the Eradicators new orders, they'll go mad. Fire randomly.
Who thought that was a good failsafe?
It's part of their organic nature. Not really a choice, I don't think. Here's the good part. I figured out their control mechanism. Transmit the proper codes, and you can set the device's targets, disable them, anything. The Eagle stored half the control codes on his computers. Someone else must have the second half.
The Eagle mentioned a patron.
Yes, sir. The one inside the Empire. I'm not sure what that means. You should head to Drummond Cast. I don't think there's anything more you can do here, and Keeper wants you back at headquarters.
Cypher 9, come inside. This should be a triumphant moment. It's a tremendous achievement bringing down the Eagle. But the crisis has only escalated. The Eradicators could begin firing at any moment.
What's our current status?
Watcher 2, your report.
The Moths have placed local forces on alert, and a search for the Eradicators is underway. Unfortunately, trends suggest we can only find one device every 5 hours. It'll be weeks before we destroy them all.
Disappointing, but not a surprise. Damage projections?
Estimates are 10 to 50 million deaths on each planet targeted. 40% military, 60% civilian.
I assume you have a plan?
In order to deactivate the Eradicators en masse, we need the control codes. Half the codes were on the Eagle's computers. We can only surmise that the other half are with the Eagle's patron.
Yes, the patron. A man whom the Eagle claims is inside the Empire.
You sound skeptical.
I have my doubt that this patron is really a highly placed Imperial. It seems unlikely such a person could escape our scrutiny. Nonetheless, we can't ignore the possibility of a traitor. That's why we're meeting privately. Only the people in this room know the full situation.
You sent Watcher 3 to Hutta. He knows too.
An oversight. Watcher 3 has been instructed not to speak to anyone. Finish the report, Watcher 2.
The Eagle had been sending periodic transmissions to someone in the Artus system. Artus is uninhabited, devoid of resources and off the major hyperlanes. Our patron could certainly hide there.
I want you to lead a mission to Artus. You're to find the Eagle's patron and obtain his half of the control codes. Watcher 2 will rendezvous with you there. She knows more about the Eradicators than anyone.
Are you all right with this?
I'll do what's necessary.
Your ships will be outfitted with cloaking devices. They'll only last one jump, but they'll get you into Artus unnoticed. After that, infiltrate whatever base the patron is using. Recover the Eradicator control codes and stop the threat. Watcher 2, you're dismissed.
If you want to talk before the mission, I'll be at my station.
There is one more thing. Darth Sorid heard you were returning to Drummond Cast. She wants to speak to you.
Any idea what she wants?
No, she tells me very little. When you're through, head to the Artus system. This is our only chance, Cypher. Fail, and we all pay a grievous cost.
Cypher, I'm glad you stopped by. I've been going over the mission parameters, studying the Eradicator control codes, scans of the Artus system. We're facing a mystery, and I hate mysteries.
You may hate mysteries, but you're pretty good at solving them.
I am. I don't mind having that recognized, call it vanity, but I like knowing my creation served a purpose. What about you? What's been going through your head since this countdown to Eradication Day started?
It's hard not to wonder where it all ends sometimes.
It doesn't. Not until your death. The crisis may change, but the job doesn't.
That's why it's important we stick together.
It's worth remembering. You've been a good partner, you know. A struggle sometimes, but you know what you're doing. I admire that.
That's nice to hear you say.
In any case, you should get ready. The Eradicators won't wait for either of us. Let's get this done. We don't have much of a choice, do we? Once you take off for the Arta system, I'll be on your tail. We'll meet out there.
Physical trauma includes electrical burns, lacerations, and retinal damage. Transfer to a Colto tank for long-term recovery is strongly recommended.
You suggest a Dark Council member hide in a vat? For healing?
I am programmed to dispense medical advice based on all relevant factors.
Get out! Have yourself disassembled, made into a probe and sent to the most desolate place in the Empire. Look, Agent, they hurt me, and then they laughed. How could they?
Who did, my lord?
After Viorianal broke, I called the Council to assembly. I demanded the Lords give me the respect I was due. Some were angry, mocked me. They tormented me and warned me not to overstep my bounds again.
The Dark Council did this.
They called me an arrogant child, unworthy of my position. It's all Jadis' fault. He was my master, but he never taught me what I needed to know. Now he's dead, and I'm not ready for his council seat.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry.
For letting my father get assassinated? Or for failing me? I know what's happening in Imperial intelligence. I know you're going on a mission, and that the Eagle wasn't the man you thought. Swear that you'll find whoever really killed my father. Swear that the man responsible will pay for forcing me into this wretched life.
I swear I will make him pay.
Yes. You will exact my revenge, and the world will be made right. I have gifts for you, Agent. Take them with my blessing and leave me to salt my wounds. And to gain strength from my hatred.
Agent, we're finalizing our exit report for the diplomatic service. 34 pages of seating charts, ambassador profiles, and appendices. We'll transmit it to our superiors, and then we're yours full-time.
Any second thoughts about leaving diplomacy for intelligence?
We'll miss it, and we're sorry to hand over the unfinished work, but they'll do fine without me. You know, we used to advise first contact missions to new star systems. We met some unusual people, but we haven't had many new experiences since joining the Killiks. Time to broaden our horizons.
After what happened, are you still part of the Killik hive mind?
The Nest has no concept of betrayal, and no concept of forgiveness. If they considered us a threat, they'd have eaten us. So we remain the Dawn Herald. And one day, we will make amends. This place is stark. We smell no pheromones, feel no auras. We should be cautious.
Cypher, there's no one to welcome us. Seems our cloaking devices worked.
Don't get overconfident. This could be a trap.
I'm aware of that possibility. This starship is a modified Imperial dreadnought. Maximum crew complement of 5,000. It's also jamming long-range communications, so I can't check its registration or call for reinforcements.
Can we neutralize the jamming field?
Maybe. I'll see if I can locate the signal generator. Nonetheless, top priority is finding the eradicated command codes before the weapons initiate a random firing pattern. This data spike contains our half of the codes. Once you obtain the other half, you should be able to control the eradicators from any computer.
Any idea where the codes might be stored?
If we're lucky, they'll be on the bridge computers, and you can deactivate the eradicators from there. If they're not, I don't know. I do have one other thing for you. A comlink implant. So long as you're wearing it, I can monitor your situation and speak to you privately.
Is this one-way communication, or can I reply?
Subvocally. Whisper to me and no one else will hear. While you search the interior, I'll try to slice the security systems. We're counting on you. Put an end to this.
It's a grand social experiment. There's probably 100 of us from across the Empire, all saved from the fire. Who knows how or why. For the most part, we're left to ourselves, squabbling and fighting, left to fear our own shadows. But we know the Master's out there, and I'm convinced there's a plan at work. Somebody wants to change us. Someone wants to control us.
I was so happy when I got the invitation. Everything was going to change for me. Leave home for a year? Why has the Master picked me to survive when hundreds died? And now the rest of us, one by one. My mother was a slave, but I wasn't, because my father was an officer. I don't want to end up like her. Oh, please. Please, someone rescue us.
It's been... I don't know how long it's been. I lose count of the days during the blackouts. The ones furthest along. They say our terror transforms us into the Master's image. Well, I'll tell the Master what's really happening. We're learning to fight back. Do you hear me, Master? We'll kill you for this. We'll kill you.
Something's wrong. Like rot within the hive. There is taint spreading through the Unity.
So, you've arrived at last.
Cypher, I know that voice.
I expected too little of you. You served me well on Hutter and on Dromund Kaas. I should have known you would serve me again.
I thought you died aboard the Dominator.
No. This is what remains of the Dominator and its passengers. This is the world as I have remade it. Once before, you were inoculated by the dark side. I will speak now as I spoke then. Accept the gift of your life, Agent, and we will discuss terror, the Empire, and the Sith.
Give me one good reason not to open fire.
My tolerance has limits. Your destruction serves neither of us.
Don't, Cypher. You know what he's capable of. I'm trying to analyze the situation, but it'll take time, and if he has the command codes...
It was my desire that the Eagle unite the Terror Cells. It was my desire that my flagship be destroyed. I required a weapon that the Dark Council would overlook. The terrorists became my unknowing servants, and carried out my plan.
You sanctioned the murder of Imperials. You faked your own assassination.
Only to achieve something greater. With my false death, I escaped the eyes of the Dark Council and of Imperial intelligence. After the Dominator, I came here, bringing with me those passengers worthy of elevation. I maneuvered my pieces into place.
What's the point of it all?
Keep him talking. Damn it. We can't fight him on our own. His power is second to the Emperor's.
I accomplished two things during my absence. First was the diminution of the Dark Council. Upon my death, my former enemies began warring amongst themselves, vying to claim my resources. Darth Jored's arrival escalated the chaos. My daughter is doomed, but she is an adequate distraction.
I can't call for reinforcements so long as that jamming field is active. But he'll annihilate anything less than an army.
It doesn't matter who he is. He's not going to win this.
Right. Running analysis.
Throwing the Sith into disorder was only the start. The rest of the Empire had to be prepared as well. That was the Eagle's purpose, to sow fright and hatred. All this while, my Eradicators were growing. Now they are ready, and my victory is close at hand.
What victory? What are you talking about?
The Eradicators will destroy the strongholds and apprentices of my enemies on the Council. So too will the Eradicators terrorize the Empire. Then I will return to the Council and lead the Empire into a new age, an epoch of terror.
The Emperor won't let you get that far.
The Emperor is distracted. I could resculpt the Dark Temple into a monument to my glory, and he would fail to object. Perhaps I shall do exactly that.
I see where this is going. He needs the Eradicators to make this work, but you have half the command codes.
Under my rule, all people will revel in fear and anger and degradation. These prizes will no longer be hoarded by Sith. But without both halves of the Eradicator codes, my weapons cannot be targeted. They will merely cause chaos.
Mere chaos isn't enough for you, is it?
No. The Eagle's death, your acquisition of his codes, has forced me to adapt. Without orders, the Eradicators will fire blindly. This serves neither of us. Enter your codes into the ship so the Eradicators can target my enemies. You will be rewarded. You will be my herald.
Last time you promised me something, you faked your own death.
I misunderstood your role. Consider what I can offer now. Power, wealth, a place in my vision. When I rule the Dark Council, Imperial intelligence will have a mandate uncompromised by Sith politics. Imagine a world where you could act with true authority and fear controls the populace. Together, we can create a stronger empire.
I need some time. It's a lot to take in.
Very well. But understand this. If you refuse, you will die at my hand. The Eradicators will still reap untold destruction. Your sacrifice would mean nothing. I can be merciful. Take the time to consider your choice. Then we can begin the true work.
Yes, my lord.
Think on my words, Agent, and embrace my will.
All right, stay focused and don't look at Jadis. How are you holding up? Can we put together a plan?
You think there's a way out of this mess?
There has to be. Unless you intend to join him. We need to re-examine our priorities. We came here to stop the Eradicators, but we weren't prepared for reality. Our plan now has to focus on neutralizing Darth Jadis. Everything else is peripheral.
There's still an imminent attack to worry about.
I'm sorry, Cypher. The numbers aren't in our favor. You can deactivate the Eradicators right now. Just combine the codes in the bridge computers. But to keep Jadis from reactivating them, you'd have to blow up the ship's reactor. It's a suicide run, and chances are Jadis will escape.
You have another suggestion?
We trick Jadis. We give him the codes and let him launch his attack. Once the Eradicators start their bombardment, you slip off the bridge and take the ship apart. You sabotage the jamming field, hyperdrive, and shields. Then I can call in reinforcements. The military, the Dark Council, forcing Jadis to surrender. The Eradicators are deactivated as soon as feasible.
How many people, how many worlds are sacrificed?
Let's be clear. If we give Jadis the command codes, then yes, he'll murder thousands before we stop him. But the human cost is acceptable. The only alternative is to let Jadis escape and do worse down the line.
All right. Let's set the trap.
You're making the right choice, Cypher. Enter the codes at the bridge console. Let Jadis target the Eradicators however he wants. Then we sabotage the ship. I promise his victory will be short-lived.
A wise decision, Agent. Our new age begins. Across the Empire, the Eradicators will burn cities and destroy the prizes of my enemies.
All right, Cypher. Jadis is distracted. Make your excuses so you can get off the bridge and sabotage the ship. I'm on my way. Just hold on.
Your thoughts are confused. A temporary condition for which I have an anodyne. The distress calls, the cries of fear and pain, these will be routed to the ship as the Eradicators work. 1,000 voices screaming in terror. Will you savor them, Agent?
I'll do my best to appreciate them.
I sense doubt in you, but it changes nothing. There is nothing that will let you forget. Let your loathing bring you strength.
Go, Cypher. Casualties are mounting.
Take out the jamming signal, hyperdrive, and shields. Once you do, I can call in reinforcements, and Jadis will be at our mercy.
What's happening? We're under attack, but there aren't any ships. The command post was cut in half by a beam from the sky.
Anyone who receives this, help us. Our defenses are minimal. We can't...
What's going on? I'm getting reports of 3 separate attacks on 2 Sith training grounds, one at a blasted hospital. I was told we'd be warned if the Eradicators couldn't be stopped. Get me the intelligence minister now.
Imperial City.
I don't know if anyone's receiving this. It may be too late anyway. They hit the bunker first. There couldn't have been more than a dozen soldiers inside, mostly civilians. But they blew the whole thing up. What's going on? Is it terrorists? Is it Republic? What's happening?
Intercepted from the Quen system, source unknown.
We're burning up. We need authorization to evacuate. Lord Farrell will kill us if we abandon station, but we can't last. Please. My name is Frank Rowles. I have family in Car City. Give us the order to evacuate.
Citadel Command.
It looks like the intelligence failed to catch the Eradicators in time. We'll have to declare a state of emergency. It's a miracle the Citadel hasn't been hit. I don't know if those terrorists wanted to spare us, but it gives us a fighting chance.
Diagnostics show fatal errors in the jamming system's hyperdrive and shields. The ship is crippled, Cypher. We've got a full fleet of reinforcements coming, including 3 Dark Council vessels. Jadis can't win against them. But until they arrive, you need to keep him occupied on the bridge.
Not to sound cowardly, but I don't think that's wise.
We can't give Jadis the chance to prepare for a fight. He might lock the Eradicator's controls. You can't beat Jadis in personal combat, but you might be able to trap him. This ship can generate internal ray shielding. You can reroute the bridge defenses to trap him in a force field. Hopefully it'll hold until the fleet jumps out of light speed.
What makes you think he won't kill me first?
You're one of the best, Cypher. Time to prove it. I don't need to remind you that people are hurting because of us. But if we succeed, The sacrifice will be worthwhile. Watcher 2 out.
After what you've done, you still return. How bold. I never expected you would pay such a price to betray me. So many innocents burning in their homes because of you.
You're responsible for those deaths, not me.
Is that so? The Eradicators kill at your command. My defeat may be inevitable now. I do not know. But your perfidy must be answered. You will die, along with many others.
Uploading bridge schematics. You'll need to take out these components to reroute power to the force fields. Cypher, hit him now! I still need more power to get that force field up. Keep him distracted, and I can raise the force field. Almost there, Cypher. Just a little more. Slicing into the ratio controls now.
Your cage cannot hold me. Whatever you hope to achieve, your moment will pass.
Cypher 9, this is Keeper. We have a fleet in position to destroy this vessel. Please report.
Situation is under control. You can see for yourself.
Understood. We'll proceed with restraint. Lord Jadis, be advised that a boarding party of Sith and Honor Guards is on its way. I suggest you not draw their ire.
I understand.
Cypher, I understand you have control over the Eradicators. Can you disable them?
I'm on it.
We can discuss why you activated the weapons later, but I expect the Dark Council will approve of the result. I'll see you shortly.
The song of the universe is resuming. The nest must now regenerate.
I love it when you talk insect.
We are glad it pleases you.
The Joiner is unnerved by your actions, your callousness towards your own kind. Tell me, Cypher 9, was your victory worth it? How many lives would you have sacrificed to capture me?
I don't regret what I did.
I don't expect you do. I merely wanted to know your threshold. Under my control, the Eradicator's purge would have cut out the Empire's rot. Now the Dark Council will reassert its strength. They will punish me or destroy me. And without a revolution, their cruel, pointless reign will go on.
I'm sure your cruel, purposeful reign would have been better.
That was the vision.
Leave one squad here. The rest of you sweep the ship. And if that force field so much as dims, tell Keeper to fire. Cypher, are you all right? You had it rough.
Do I look all right to you?
You look like you've been through worse than anyone deserves. The Sith and the military will be cleaning up a while, and the damage from the Eradicators will take time to assess. You should get out of here. You've done your part. Get some rest.
Later. Just because we've dealt with one threat, it doesn't mean there aren't others.
Of course. Consider yourself awaiting reassignment. After all, the Empire needs us.